So you just want to bring the string to your hand like this. You just want to like place it here, place your fingers here, and just bring the string around back here so it kind of looks like a pizza shape. It's pretty simple. There's no real specific way to do it. You just kind of like make it into the shape of a pizza, and then you just kind of like let the string go as you take bites like that. You know, it just kind of looks like a slice of pizza. It might take a second to learn if you're beginning yo-yo, but eventually it will go away pretty like that, you know, that stress of not being able to learn a trick. After you learn tricks in yo-yo, every new trick you learn, there's going to be a little bit of stress when you learn them. You just keep practicing. Eventually, you'll get it. You'll see that like you're making small improvements, and eventually you'll be able to get it. This is another thing. If you see your string bundling up like this, which you will, it happens. It's every single string. Pulling it apart will not work. It'll just go back together when you put it back together. So the reason for this is that your string is too twisted up. There's two threads. As you can see, there's two threads in the yo-yo that are just connected together basically, and they're too twisted up. So what you need to do to release that tension, just all that tension in there, that's what it's called, string tension. You just want to take the loop off your finger and just take your two fingers, like your pointer and your thumb, and just zip down. It'll do most likely this little like twirly thing, and then when it doesn't do that much anymore, you can stop doing that, and that's most of the string tension, if not all of it, gone. The reason you want this gone is because when you're doing certain tricks, it'll just, sometimes string tension really does affect those tricks, so you just don't want that. And also, string tension it's just not very like satisfying when you do it and you have to like pull it apart. So you just want to be able to get rid of that whenever you feel like it and whenever it's most convenient to you. And one more trick I can show you is slingshot, which is a pretty simple trick. It's not as simple as spaghetti, I don't think. I mean, that's kind of up to you to decide, but they're both very simple tricks. Slingshot is a responsive trick. It cannot be done with an unresponsive yo-yo. Just basically take your hand like this, take your yo-yo hand, and just hold the string through with your other hand. That's about the end of the trick. I mean, what you want to do after that is just release the string from your finger. And then if you release it like a slingshot, the yo-yo should come back to your hand. Certain yo-yos play more responsive and they come up easier, so you can do it just a little bit like that. Some yo-yos do that, but some yo-yos aren't as responsive, so you need to like put it more down the bottom, and then it should come back to your hand, and it looks kind of cool. It's kind of impressive. So it's a fun trick to learn as a beginner, and I highly advise you do, because slingshot goes into other tricks like Eiffel Tower. This is a fun trick to learn. I'll do that in a later tutorial. The last trick I'm going to show you is another food trick. It's called spaghetti. What you want to do for spaghetti is just literally, it's very simple. There's no specific way to do it really. You just kind of like take the string and kind of like fold it down with your hands, like keep grabbing it until you have this like loose string. Then you just put it up to your mouth and like just let it slide down like a spaghetti noodle. It's kind of impressive for some people, despite it being just a loose piece of string exited down towards the other pieces of the string. So, but I guess for beginners it looks kind of cool. You can add sound effects in there if you want. That's just a fun little trick to learn. Once again, string tension, very important. You don't want to have that at all. It's okay if you're just doing some like tricks like that don't have any slack. Slack is when the string is all loose. But when you do have slack though, you're going to want to remove all your string tension to do those kind of tricks. We'll get into that at some other point. Slack is a different element you haven't learned yet. But yeah, that's about it for this tutorial. I'll see you in the second one.